डेटा बोलता है 2014 के बाद डेटा स्पीक्स. दिस इज अवर वीडियो नंबर 15 ऑन सरकारी एंड गैर सरकारी ऋण, बाहरी ऋण, गवर्नमेंट एंड नॉन गवर्नमेंट external loans before and after 2014. See, government has to take the loan. Government takes the loan when it spends more than its income. There is a deficit. The deficit is filled by taking the loans. So my income is 80 rupees, but I spend 100 rupees. 20 rupees will have to come from somewhere. That 20 rupees is loan. Now this loan can be taken from domestic public in the form of PPF, in the form of government securities, in the form of bonds, government bonds, in the form of Kisan Vikas Patra, national savings certificates. So there are methods to take the internal loan. But government takes loan from outside, from other countries. Usually whenever we are going to see the loan, we should also see what are the components of those external loans. We will see what are the components of taking the loan. See, there are types of loans, multilateral loans from various countries, bilateral between two countries. We take the loan from IMF, there are credits. We take the credits for the trade, private parties, government parties. See, multilateral, bilateral and other loans, they are not only for government, they are also for the private sector, non-government. Many banking institutions, many non-banking financial institutions, other institutions who want to develop private companies, they also take the loan. But this everything is considered as one. Commercial borrowings. NRI deposits, they are also our loans. When they deposit the money, it means we'll have to return back. Rupee debt. So all these, they form the long-term debt. And there are some annual transactions which you have to clear it, short-term debts, which you have to clear in 1 year. So these short-term debts are more risky. Not long-term debts, because they are taken for long-term purpose. Gross total debts. Now, if you see these figures, they are frightening because rumors are spread that government is under debt, government has taken a lot of loan. These figures are shown without proper analysis. So, people pass on the messages on WhatsApp, on other social media, government is under the loan, under debt. We will analyze the data from 3 methods. First, we will see what is the change between 2006-07 and 2013-14, average change. And then 2013-14 to 2021-22. I should have written March 2007, March 2014 and March 2022. Second method is we'll see the compounded annual growth rate. At what growth rate, growth on growth, these loans have increased. And the third parameter is that income. With our income, whether the loans have increased more than our income. What's the percentage? Let us see these figures. Multilateral loans in 2006-07 were 1,54,053 crores. All these figures are in crores. 2013-14 they increased to 3,21,560, and by the time it was 2021-22 they reached 5,53,142. Similarly, bilateral loans, they increased from 70,000 crores to 2,45,000 crores. IMF loans, they increased from 4,484 to 36,910 crores to 1,73,415. Credits, they increased from 31,237 trade credits to 93,275, but later on they decreased to 25,577. Commercial borrowings, 1,80,669 to 8,97,744 to 17,27,034. During these 8 years, almost double. NRI deposits, 1,79,786 to 10,59,041 crores. Long-term debts, they increased from 6,28,771 in 2006-07 to 37,90,651 2021-22. And the total debts, they are private as well as government, as well as bilateral, long-term, short-term, everything. Private also. 7,51,402 to 47,37,038. If you say so much rise in loans, but we will see from three methods. The first method is average yearly growth rate before 2014 and after 2014. Average yearly growth for multilateral is 13.59%, and after 2014 it is 9%. So growth rate of taking multilateral loans have decreased. Bilateral loans from 14.06% to 8.09%. IMF loan, they increased to 90.39% average growth rate. See, base is low, agreed. Base is low, 4,484 to 36,910. So that is why it was 90.39%. But after 2014, it is 46.23%. Trade credit is negative after 2014. It grew with the negative rate of 9.07%, reduced. Commercial borrowings 49.61% to 11.55% growth rate. Long-term debts 29.87% to 9.73%, and gross total debts, they increased to at the average rate of 32.12 before 2014, and after 2014 they have grown 9.46%. Compounded growth rate. GDP grew at constant prices. This includes the price rise. So these figures, GDP current prices is 15.22%. आज का भाव से जो हमारा ग्रोथ रेट 3%, 4%, 5% या 8% बोलते हैं, उसमें से प्राइस राइज निकाल दिया जाता है. सो ये बात को ध्यान रखना है, इसमें प्राइसेस हैं साथ में. वो 15.22% था, लेकिन जो हमारे लोन थे वो 19.65% से बढ़ रहे थे. 2014-15 और 2021-22 में our GDP was growing at 8.95% and our loans were growing only at 6.88%. See, these are the figures which will show us the actual numbers. Our GDP was growing compoundedly at 15.22%, but our loans were growing at 19.65%. मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूं, डेटा बोल रहा है. 2014-15 के बाद जीडीपी जो कंपाउंडेड ग्रोथ रेट था वो 8.95% था और हमारे लोन्स जो थे 6.88% थे। तीसरा पैरामीटर, तीसरा मेथड, जीडीपी से क्या हमारी आमदन से हमारे कर्जे क्या बढ़ गए? लेट अस सी these figures. See, external loans as percentage, total external loans as GDP, current prices. I am telling you time and again, they are the current prices, जो आजकल का मार्केट का भाव है. It remained between 17% to approximately 23%. The average was 20.14% of the GDP. After this, 2014, the average is 21.13. It remained between 27%, 28% to approximately 19 point something, or you can say 20%. If you see these figures, our loans have not increased beyond the increase in GDP. Now, if GDP is to increase, naturally you'll have to take the loans. For development purpose, you'll have to take the loans. Now, if you see the three parameters, average growth rate, then compounded annual growth rate, and then what is the percentage of GDP, after 2014, we accept this hypothesis that there is no increase in loans, but rather they have decreased the loans. Thanks for watching. Wait for the next video on a new indicator. Thank you.
Learning has many steps, sir. Namely, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, Shodhana, Satyashodhana, Samshodhana. These are all the steps, sir. Shravana means listening to the teachers. Manana means remembering. Nididhyasana means storing. Even in computer also, input, process, output, something like that. Even in education also it is like that. And then we have to do, the real student should do Shodhana. And it is Satyashodhana. Whether it is right or wrong, Satyashodhana is very important. And finally it is researching, remodification. This is how the steps are going on.